It appears that some people are a little frustrated that Jake is our fashion icon.
No, I don't know. I like the pink.
He has a little competition. Sean, stand up, put on your jacket.
Yeah, boy.
And it's salmon.
That's not salmon. Yeah.
He's got matching songs.
Oh, Felix has always been in that.
Yeah, he's there.
Felix, yeah.
I like Rachel's dress too.
There we go.
Rachel's got the colors.
There we go. We got a battle going on now. So the spring market is in complete swing. Can you feel it? Can you feel that? Yeah, I mean there's a lot going on out there. Very, very good. Why don't we start out with this? So, always thanks to Charlie again. I'm going to give you a great article. So let's go back through this. One of the things we do as agents is we're consultants. We're getting people to understand with visuals or with ideas or with stories why they should move forward, why they should buy, why they should lower the price on their house. So a real key to your career is always being able to talk about Atlanta and the positives. I think we went over this before, but here, Felicia, will you describe this? We're gonna write on the wall today. You can come. You can do it over here. There we go. So you have clients right here's good. So you have clients, or you're at a party, and people are you're talking about Atlanta in general. Why would you tell people Atlanta's great? Why would you still want to buy in Atlanta, invest in Atlanta?
You need a Sharpie?
No, that's what we want. Okay, what do you, why?
4 seasons. All seasons.
We got all 4 seasons, correct. This is why we painted this wall white. We can write on it. Okay, what else?
That just seems so wrong.
What else?
Low unemployment.
Low unemployment, right, tons of jobs.
Affordable housing.
We are very affordable compared to major cities.
Luann, say it again.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
We have more Chick-fil-A's than anywhere in the country. Okay?
Transportation.
Great airport.
What does that mean?
Delta Airlines and the rest of them.
Okay, so just our airport's one of the tops, right? What else? What else?
IT.
What does that mean?
Pretty good.
Very good for IT jobs.
IT jobs, correct. What else?
Nowhere.
What else?
We have very diverse opportunities here.
Diverse opportunities. What else?
Great culture.
Culture's great. What else?
Say the airport.
Yep.
Yeah.
Atlanta is a restaurant destination now.
We are a foodie town. Yeah, it's probably true. What else?
We're only an hour from Athens.
Keep on going.
That goes on top, boys. That goes on the top of the list. Very good. Very good. What else?
Sports teams.
Well, let's not go there.
Okay, pretty good. We'll add to this. So, I'm going to send you this once we finish this meeting, but if you ever needed an article, I mean, are you right now, is anyone still having buyers say like, the prices are too high, or I'm concerned about prices being too high? Are you getting any of that? But it seemed like last year we did. Maybe we're not this year just because people are already getting this. But to me, this is the answer. I mean, I just bought another investment property last week, so I'm extremely high on Atlanta's future. I'm going to read you some of this because this could be the best article I've ever seen that I would learn if I were you a lot of these facts. This would be my elevator speech. This would be my speech at party. Almost 90,000 people moved to the Atlanta area in 2017. They came from New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Miami, and other major metros, fueling the third highest net population growth in the country according to JLL. The number of corporate residents is on the rise too. Norfolk Southern and ThyssenKrupp recently moved their headquarters here, and Atham, Amazon, and UPS are expanding their Atlanta footprints. While many areas of the country struggled to recover from the Great Recession, this region's economy rebounded quickly. In the last 5 years, Atlanta's job growth averaged 2.3% annually, outpacing the national average of 1.6. People come here because the cost of living is attractive and the jobs they want are here. Companies create more jobs here because it's an affordable place to do business and the employees they want are here. It's a self-fueling development cycle that has made Atlanta one of the hottest residential and labor markets in the country. The Atlanta Regional Commission projects the local population will reach 8 million by 2040, and a Georgia State University comment says Atlanta will be home to most of Georgia's 69,000 new jobs this year. On a broad level, workers and employees both seem to be chickens and eggs, but workers do appear to be deciding where the actual nests will be. But we're starting to see businesses and developers move toward their employees, not the other way around. For example, large blue-collar workforce in submarkets surrounding the city are attracting the bulk of the area's warehouse and transportation development. JLL research shows while white-collar workers are settling in core areas like Buckhead and Midtown, and the corporate jobs are right behind them. Wherever they live, Atlanta employees have characteristics employers want in their people. 40% of the region's workforce has a bachelor's degree or higher, and the coveted millennial demographic, I think that's a real key to this, loves Atlanta. Nearly 1/4 of Atlanta's residents are between 23 and 38 years old. Wherever they lived before, employees come to Atlanta because of the quality of life. The overall cost of living here sits at the national average for large metro areas and is considerably lower than cities like San Francisco, New York, and DC. The average home price, for example, is about $16,000 less than the national average. It's pretty good stuff.
Very good.
Couple more lines. While experts point to the diversity of Atlanta's economy as one of the strengths, technology, logistics, and healthcare are clear leaders among the region's industry leaders, at least in terms of job numbers and growth. The city's proximity to the port of Savannah and Appalachian Regional Port also make it attractive. The newer buildings are amenity rich, and that's what they're hearing the millennial generation wants. I mean, look at what they're doing in our lobby. Capitalizing on workers' desires for environmentally and health-conscious design, new mixed-use developments in outer areas such as Avalon and Halcyon are drawing residents who want an urban experience outside the city. And city planners are helping to enhance Atlanta's appeal to the talented workforce by improving road infrastructure. We kind of see that all around us. Expanding public transportation systems and paving the way for popular live, work, play environments like Ponce City and the Battery. Atlanta itself has become the ultimate amenity. I would learn a lot of that. I mean, that's your talk. Got it? We'll send you this.
Thank you.
All right, great breakfast this morning from Felix the Cat. Come on up.
Good morning.
210 warranty.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, why a home warranty? Well, because we want to protect the systems and appliances for your clients, for yourselves. And that's what we're in the business of. We are the only home warranty company that does new construction as well as resale. There's not another company that do both. And our business is that. It's just home warranties. We don't do inspections, we don't do insurance, we don't do any of the other things. So the reason to get a home warranty is to get that protection. So some home warranties offer, we offer different things. We offer just one, this is upside down. So we offer one thing, it's the best, the most comprehensive protection in the market. hands down. And when it comes to our HVAC, no one gets near. Why do I mention HVAC? Because 40% of the claims in the industry are HVAC related. And speaking about that, think about this yourself for your own air conditioning. I've talked about this before, and I said I was going to talk about this again. January 1st, this coming year, the government has banned the production of manufacturing of Freon. We have already moved to more sustainable forms of refrigerants. What's going to happen? We have already stopped. They have stopped producing Freon. Freon is what's needed. Most of the time when you file a claim for air conditioning or when you call your specialist, even if you don't have insurance, they're going to take the old Freon out, put new one. About $200 to $250 a pound of Freon in Metro Atlanta, average of 5 pounds. So now if you're not good with math, I'm going to do it for you. It's about $1,200 just to put Freon in your air conditioner. If you have an air conditioner that is 2-3 years or older, you probably have Freon. I know I do. So what does this mean? If you do not have a home warranty that covers, not only covers, but it has unlimited and uncapped Freon, you may be coming out of pocket with a lot of money. We have it in the front of our brochure. We have unlimited and uncapped Freon. So if you have an issue with Freon, we're going to go once, twice a year. We're going to go take the old one, put it in, and you pay the service fee. That's all you're responsible for. That alone, it's worth the home warranty. For you, please, if you do not have a home warranty, you have an older unit, older meaning 3-5 years or older. That doesn't mean they're old. That means they're just probably working on Freon. Get this home warranty. Again, you have a lot of choices, and that's good. It's better to have a home warranty than none. It's best to have 210. I have to say that. This is who I work for anyway. Plus, it's definitely the most comprehensive. Best, I don't like to use that word. Best is so, it's the most comprehensive product. So that's all there is. And I pride myself and ourselves in I do return phone calls and emails, yours and your clients. And that's becoming and text, yes, as well. As long as I'm not driving, I spend a lot of time in the car, and I'm a horrendous driver, so you do not want to text me. But anyway, I'm always available to speak with you and your clients. I do talk to your clients, and a lot of times it's best if you give them my number, which is in the front of the brochure. They can contact me, and I'll be glad to represent you. Remember, we are in a partnership. When you refer me to a client, I take that very seriously because, in fact, I'm representing you. Yes.
What is your full coverage?
Full coverage.
Obviously, the price.
The top of the line product is called the Supreme. For single family home, it's $540. If you look at other home warranties, it could be a lot more. If it's less, it's because it doesn't cover everything. That Supreme covers all with cap letters, systems and appliances, unlimited and uncapped Freon and refrigerant. That is right now the most comprehensive product. Again, we all market different ways. Some give you 18 months, some give you cash, some give you something. And we all know, if they give you something that's taken out of somewhere, where is it taken out of? Coverage. Look at this. We are also one of the few that publish everything. It's like very simple, all the coverage on there, each column, very easy to understand. Okay? So that's important. Again, I want you to know that if you're really looking for a home warranty to provide the most comprehensive protection, that today is us, and I hope you continue to do that. So, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for breakfast.
Absolutely. I cooked all night long. I was baking all night long. Why are you laughing? I did.
Growing vegetables.
What's the trip fee for them to come out?
It's $100 service fee,
$100 service fee.
and you can lower that to $75 for an additional $50. I don't necessarily recommend to lower the service fee because the average is less than 2 visits a year in the industry, so why pay more up front? Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, so what would you say the biggest earners in our industry in residential real estate? What do they do? How do they get their business? Biggest earners? No, I mean just okay, but what category? Resale, open houses. How do they get the business? Biggest ones? biggest producers in the country, earn the most?
Referral.
No. That's a good one. Probably number 2. I'll tell you.
Relocation.
For sale by owners and expireds, the biggest earners. It's a very strange phenomenon that we all want to market to, and no, I'm not, keep doing this, believe me. I mean, we believe in touching a database, but we want to touch 500,000 people that don't necessarily have real estate needs at this point, where all of us know that these two groups of people right now have their hand raised saying we want to sell, but only 2% of agents even contact them. And why do you think that is?
Fear of rejection.
That is exactly why. Fear of rejection. It takes some time and it takes some rejection of learning the exact dialogues that get you an appointment, and then once you get an appointment to get the listing. But once you've conquered that, you have unlimited business. It's your choice, how many listings will I take? So, we have a great story. Renita, why don't you tell your story? And Diane too. Diane helped Renita with this.
Stand up, stand up.
She can talk back there. She can talk.
So I was in a night class. I was driving class at Bisbo for about 2.5 months, maybe 3. And I just kept seeing I never had the courage to go talk to them. So in the night class I asked, how do you talk to a Bisbo, because I was interested because I already sit on site in the community and I drive past it every day. So how do I approach it? So Diane had a dialogue with me like, how about do a one-day listing and offer to do an open house, and you already sit on site and you know the neighborhood. Just, gave me the dialogue what I need to do. So Saturday I had the courage to go ahead and knock on the door, and come to find out he is actually selling both houses. The house that I knocked on, and next door he bought the house for his son, but his son moved out. So I ended up getting 2 listings from that. And then so yesterday, I said, okay, I got built my momentum up. I went to go get my certification, and I drove past another Bisbo. So I said, let me just knock on the door. But I wasn't prepared for this one. I really wasn't. I just knocked on the door. I didn't do any. I mean, I'm not familiar with Locust Grove. That's where it was at. And I just knocked on the door and just asked him, like, how much you want to sell your house for? So I'm just trying to get rid of it. You want to list the house for me?
So, Renita, what would you say to somebody who was afraid of going to knock on a Bispo door now?
Well, the first one I was kind of I overdid it. Like, I was over prepared, I guess. I mean, I did 2 CMAs, researched his background, went on Facebook. I went like all in, and I didn't even say anything. The whole listing presentation, him and his wife talked to me literally 2 hours, no exaggeration. I didn't say anything. I was just smiling, yeah, and they just talked. They were talking with each other, talking to me, and they agreed at the table like, oh, we want to just use you. You're just great. You just sit here and just listen to me. This is the first time I was prepared to go over and use all the scripts and stuff, but I only used one of them saying I'll do the one-day listing for an open house, and he's like, that's a good idea, and the rest, him and his wife are just mainly having a conversation. I'm just sitting at the table like, yeah, walking around, and then they just gave me both of the listings. And then the second one, I wasn't prepared, and I didn't know how that was going to turn out, but the lady was just saying like, I just want to sell my house. I'm tired of this. I'm ready to move with my family in Milledgeville. I want to get out of Locust Grove. So I'm glad you knocked on my door. Can you send the documents over so I can sign? So that one was like real easy. So I haven't had a challenging one yet. So those are my first 3, and they weren't challenging because I didn't do much. I just listened really. I got that from Tasha. When we did that, you say you just listen. So I took your advice because I'm really opinionated in real life. But I don't remember what she told me. She's like, just listen. So that's what I did. I was like, yeah. And we talked about Malteses on the second one, like a dog. That's it. We didn't talk anything about a house, no CMA or anything. She's like, you're great, you love dogs. Just look at the house. Okay.
It's fantastic. Thanks, Diane, for giving her the confidence. But so again, a lot of it, I mean, not just FISBOs, a lot of what we do is really listening. I mean, the truth, I've been married 35 years. No one listens to each other anymore. So, I mean, that actually someone's listening to them probably was like, wow, you know, someone's listening to me. So, fantastic. So, hopefully we get the confidence. I mean, all of us drive by them every day, right? And I don't know what we envision the worst can be.
I actually don't drive by them every day. I haven't seen any. Very few.
Well, I don't know what Virginia drives, but we all do. So, I mean, just get your confidence up. Get a couple of positive thoughts, and then go knock on a door. I mean, I would think you're going to be knocking for a while, right?
Oh yeah, I'm knocking out anytime.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still be prepared. That second one was just on the whim. She would have started asking me hard questions. See, what I can do is get with my office and get back to you. But I wasn't prepared for the second one because literally I was going to class. I wasn't even thinking about it, and I saw the sign and just knocked on the door. And luckily, she was like, "I'm so glad you came to my house. Come talk to me."
All these people have a need right now. Try it. There's not a big downside to it. Okay. All right. April profit share. So we are a profit sharing company. We give back 48% of our profits every month to agents. Everyone has the potential to earn profit share and build a downline. So this is, you receive March profit share April 21st. So here's who received it. Big list. So $1 to 100. Deb Martino, Amanda.
Say it.
Racing.
Yeah, there we go. She had a new last name. Rocky Kaufman, Virginia Moran, Michelle Disher, Randy Lip, Dave Evans, Rob Carino, Michelle Morales, Chris Knott, Rebecca Constantine, Paige Kaufman, Lynn LaCroix, Nicole Maben, Osea Nam, Debbie Crawford, Santeria Williams, and Angela Santara. Sataria Williams and Angela Tate. 200. 100 to 200. Felicia Adams, Dan Bangs, Marco Rossi, Dominic Garrett, Catherine Chuccini. Getting better. 2 to 500. Aaron Cotterill, Dave Thomas, Joe Cannon, Joe Yarnovic, Ernie Hartsfield, Ming Joe, who I'll send a picture out. I just got a picture from China from him with his family. It's crazy. I mean, you text in 1 second, text into China. Beth Hazy, Megan Cumming, Dion Stokes Hicks, Rosia Fostato, and Star Eberhard, who we have left out of this. Fasano. Felicia, you read these. Felicia, we need agents with easier last names.
Nicole Ambrose.
Oh, you can't You can't speak. I'll go. Okay. 500 to 1,000. Kevin Probst, Nicole Ambrose, Trish Alexander, John Damiano, Clax Underwood, MJ Thomas, Apria Brown, Diana Bowers, Wendy Yaniv, and Daniel Anam. 1,000 to 2,000. This is just for the month. Becky Wynn Evans, Jim McCarty, Michael Martino, Doug Alexander, John Cassane, Jessica Schulte, and Amisha Mason. 2,000 to 5,000. Quinn Moore, Gene Bramlett, Cynthia Pierce, Bill Haas. Top of the heap. I think first time ever, maybe. R.J. McCarty. Congratulations. Come see me if you want to find out how Agent Profit Share can work for you. So, let's look. You have a sheet in front of you. I might, Pete, you wanna tell this story? Or you want me to?
Go for it.
The way you
Okay.
butchered it, I couldn't do any work.
So, Pete, newer in the business, but probably one of the best I've ever seen in that he's a spreadsheet guy, and he had a listing that he got 4 offers on. Okay, I can't think of anyone I've ever seen put together an analysis like this for their seller. So these are the offers he received on this property. And I'm gonna give you a minute just to kind of look through these, and I want to hear which one you would respond to. You're the listing agent, this is your listing. Why or why not would you go with this offer, or maybe not go with this one?
It's updated.
And it's an amazing format to put this in for your seller. Thirty more seconds. Okay. Susan Eschbach, which one would you go with? At least counter.
I would probably do Palmer House, the Palmer House one.
Why?
Because, no, because you have to do the
You agree, Luann?
Somebody else.
You agree, Luann?
Well, I kind of think the knock one is great, but then sometimes you run into trouble with some of these companies. It's, sometimes they're hard to work with, but I think the knock one has some real positives.
All right, so let's talk openly that we're doing. So we're probably all looking at price, right? We're looking at the type of financing. We have an all cash, we have 3 conventional, 1 VA. We're looking at closing costs. I mean, I think that's already been, yep, we got closing costs. So we're really looking at the net line, which is about the 4th line down. That's the real offer. Closing date, that's important to at least look at. So why do you say Palmer House? And let's assume that we've already gone to highest and best. This is highest and best already.
I mean, Palmer House has no due diligence, no finance contingency, no appraisal contingency. So those are all pretty good.
They're low on earnest money,
Low earnest money, but that's negotiable.
but they're also doing a loan. And why is it 6% interest rate?
Yeah, that's my question. Why is it
6%,
6% interest?
Why is it so?
That's a good question. So let me ask you this. When you get an offer in, whether 1 or 5 like this, what do you do? Do you go right to your seller with the offer? Do you send it right on?
I send the offers and then put it in a spreadsheet like this and then review it with
Okay, do you make any phone calls?
to the lenders.
So you call the lender? Okay, and what do you ask the lender?
Tell me about your client, are they well qualified?
How far they are in the process.
Red flags.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say first off, I got a letter from you on to confirm it that it's real, that this is legitimate. Somebody could take a pre-approval letter. So that's a good way to open it, like legitimizing the letter that it actually was
Good.
drafted by them.
Good.
I confirm the days of contingency, do they really need that? What is their process from contract to close? How many days of finance contingency they need? Have they verified the assets that they need to put down in where they're coming from?
Okay. All good? Have you run credit? Have you not? Okay, so yes, I think a lot of people miss that step, that they really do not call and quiz the loan officer. You're going to gain valuable information by doing that. Who else do you call? The agent. What do you ask them?
Tell me about your body.
Okay, so you want to know more, right? Could be basic stuff, just kind of chit chat, but they have kids, where they work, that sort of thing. What else?
How many offers have they written and how many have they terminated based on the inspection?
That'd be a good question to ask, for sure. What else?
I wouldn't answer that.
Ooh, we done so bad. No one.
If it was me, I would go down and I've already gone through the contract, so things that seemed unacceptable, like Virginia pointed out, the Palmer House only had 1,000 earnest money. I would have already gone through and highlighted, so I would maybe say, hey, Virginia, appreciate your offer. Just want to ask you a few questions. Earnest money looks a little bit light. Industry standard's kind of 1%. So, do you think your people would 2,000 be okay? I'd go through the things that I knew my seller wanted, or I'm not saying it's here, but you put 60-day closing. That's pretty lengthy in our world. Industry standards 30. Is there a reason for that?
I like to ask, well, what's important to your buyer? Tell me, what's the most important thing?
Correct.
What's kind of negotiable to your buyer?
Correct. Or in this one, same thing, 6%.
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's actually good.
Interest rate, that's a good thing, guys.
That's a good
Because
thing.
that just means if the interest rates go up crazily overnight, they can still qualify for anything up to 6% for a loan.
It does, but
And
it
they
also
have
not
no
have credit
financing.
issues.
Yeah, I was wanting to know if that was the case or if it was credit issues is what I was wanting to know.
Right. But actually, I'd say 50% of the industry thinks that a high number like that's a bad thing is actually a good thing, right? We want people.
Yeah, unless it's because they have credit issues.
That's correct. But you should be concerned if they put in like number 2 is 3.75. That's pretty much the current rate right now, right? So I don't think people understand the financing contingency. What it means is that even the day before, if that rate is not gettable and that's what's in your contract, they're out of the contract. Okay, so we do not want to accept the current rate. And we need to become skilled at how we explain to them that we'd like to put in almost a point higher sometimes. For us that have been in the business, when things go crazy, you could literally have interest rates go up a half a point to a point in a week. So we're not trying to push their client around or be bossy, but they need to understand that I would do it this way, either. And I would make sure the agent can explain this to their client, that we're not trying to be aggressive or pushy, but either we need to raise that a point, meaning if it goes up, you still want the property. And of course, we need to confirm from the loan officer that if it went up a point, they could still qualify, right? Or I'll give you the choice. We'll write it in the contract. Within 48 hours of contract acceptance, you're going to give me a letter that you have locked in this rate. I don't want to make you lock if you don't want to, but you'll give me a letter saying that you've locked at a rate better than 3.75 or better. And if you hadn't, my seller has the right to terminate. Make sense? So, any other thoughts? Anyone? Yeah.
Wanda also wants to close on probably what would be the busiest closing day of the year. The 31st. I don't like to close the last week of any month, but May 31st is crazy.
Correct. So we probably want to change that.
So I think she's not very bright.
All right, so who?
Is there something about commissions in here?
No.
I don't see it.
No. That's because some people don't cut theirs.
No. What I'm saying is,
Yeah,
if
there
someone
is
has
that.
a bigger price point, the net
Yeah.
changes a little bit to the seller, so that's not a true.
Yeah, well, that would be, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Wanda also, is it gonna appraise at 193? Do they really have to have 3860 in closing costs to make it happen?
Exactly.
I mean,
Right.
With that one, that's the questions I've got.
But we're, again, closing costs don't matter. We're always looking at the net, right? Doesn't matter who pays it, it's just the net. So,
Brad, one thing.
Yeah, but if it doesn't appraise 193,
well, true.
that's the point.
Right.
Possession date, nobody's mentioned that. Your seller may not want to let somebody live in 2 days after
Yeah, I don't like possession of
the
the
possession date. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, we talk all through these. So, Luann talked about knock. So, Luann, why would you be a little hesitant there?
I'm just still hesitant on any of these newer companies that have these, there's no one you can really talk to. I've showed a property for Open Door, and it took like a half a day even to find somebody that would call me that had any information about it. It's just very frustrating. You can't really negotiate.
I've also seen, maybe not knock, but I've seen Open Door, I've experienced Open Door with the list, being the listing agent, run the price down during due diligence. So even though this is the price that you've accepted, once you get through due diligence, they're going to find something, and they're gonna push that price.
Okay. John?
Well, this is a knock. Knock's buying this for someone else. The way Doc's business model is, they're not buying this as their house.
That's correct.
So I think that sometimes we get confused with these different iBuyers out here. They're actually buying it for somebody.
No, they're the brokerage.
They're buying.
Yeah, they're brokers.
They're not brokers, but they're purchasing it for some person, not.
There's a real buyer here.
There's a real buyer.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like Open Door who's buying it for inventory.
Well, sometimes yes, sometimes not. They could have the same thing. So I think this is a new genre of the business that we need to be aware of. And there's no doubt you are dealing with people in usually the West Coast, Arizona or California, and you're dealing with a different person every time. And they will not give you a cell. You're dealing by email. And Art just closed one. It was actually her buyer. I will guarantee you the firms they're using are the least competent because they've gotten a low price from them. And it was obvious in their closing they weren't super confident. So, go ahead.
NACA can be a little trouble to deal with too, as far as their timelines. And then a VA loan, if your house isn't in great shape, that could give you trouble.
Go into that.
The VA loan?
Yep.
They just have a little bit higher standard on their appraisal.
Does everyone know that?
Yeah.
Right. So it's it is a tougher appraisal. I mean, my opinion, I think the government, I know they're doing it for the benefit of veterans, and we all have a big heart for veterans, but I think they're actually hurting veterans by their excess due diligence required, because you all know that, right? So actually, their offer almost goes to the bottom of the list because of the difficulty, right?
It's sad, but that's true.
That is true. So, all right. So, who would choose one? Knock. Okay. 2, NACL. 3, IBM Realty. 4, Remax. And 5, Palmer House. And who did you go with, Steve?
We ended up going with Knock. And I'll say this, I work with the same guy. I've got a cell phone. I've worked with him 7 days a week till 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
I've not had any issues with him. Now, the fact of the matter is, when you've got 5 other offers, they came in originally lowballing.
Right.
And I went back to him and I said, Rob, let me tell you what I got. And I explained. And he said, well, let me go back to my buyers, because you're right. Knock buys the house in their name, and then they resell it after they sell the other guy's house. And he matched everything, and it has been smooth.
Did you give the other agents that same opportunity?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I told them all. The irony of the whole thing is probably the reason that we got multiple offers is the lady that owns the house was out of the country, and I couldn't look at offers with her. So I told everybody, I said, look, we're not even looking at offers for 10 days. And they just started piling up. I actually had 7 that wouldn't fit on the spreadsheet, but.
Page 2.
So anyway.
So the top reason you went with that was a cash deal?
It was cash deal. There were no contingencies. We actually went through the inspection and came back to the inspection, and they found some stuff on the inspection. And I said, look, let me tell you, this is what we'll do, this is what we won't do. He said, well, let me go back to my buyer. They said, okay. It's been smooth.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry, one more thing. Don't say we. you're not making those repairs, say the seller, because otherwise you could be making some repairs or buying a refrigerator.
Okay.
Don't say, this is what we will do. This is what
Okay.
the seller will do,
Okay.
just to protect yourself.
Good point. So, probably no right or wrong answer here. I mean, we saw that almost everyone picked a different possibility here. So,
And it is the seller's choice.
that is correct. But again, I think the biggest thing is, it's pretty awesome that you can present this to your seller in this form. They would be highly impressed with your skills, that you can look at each category across the board. Yeah.
I've got a question, just sort of dovetailing on what Stacy just said.
Mhm.
Under traditional circumstances, would we have involved the seller initially? I mean, I understand we gather information so we can advise our sellers. However, we seem to have pushed our seller way out of the picture as we took on making this decision, it appears, just in the process that I'm.
I don't think that happened at all, right? Your seller was involved in the
I think
process.
she's just interpreting it from our discussion here.
Yes, just
Oh,
out of discussion. I'm saying under normal circumstances, had his client not been out of country, might we not have gotten our seller, or shouldn't we not have gotten our seller involved? earlier in the
Immediately.
process?
Oh, yeah, these would be sent immediately to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just trying to-
that was just a unique circumstance.
But we all know that if you list something that you know it's gonna be a hot prospect, you're not gonna wanna accept first offer. I get agents that get mad because they have, well, we sent ours over first. And I go, well, we're not gonna review until Monday. I'm sorry, that's what I wants to do.
Yeah, we have.
Thanks.
I'm interested, was none of these people, this is the highest and best, was there not an escalation clause in any of these?
The actual Palmer House, after the fact, after we won our contract, Palmer House has come out with a backup offer that's even higher than all of those.
That's even
We're under
better.
contract.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. She's entered the doorway. Why don't you tell us about Red Day, which is soon upon us?
Yes, May 16th, Red Day,
No.
we're going to.
Becky, it's not May.
May 9th.
May 9th.
Becky.
Becky.
Bob, leave her alone.
It's May 9th.
It's May 9th, not May 16th. It's May 9th?
Yeah.
All right.
Going down and, Red Day to Fayetteville, Georgia. We are helping Mr. G, he's a veteran, he lives with his mom. We're gonna do a new stovetop, we're gonna change out some light fixtures, some painting, yard work. We'll have lunch, we'll meet down there at 10. The dress will come out in the next week or so.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a great time. May 9th.
Okay.
Oh, and thank you guys who came to Bourbon Tasting and Beer. It was a fun event. Thank you to Certainty, and we raised some money. Thank you to Brad for donating the office furniture for silent auction.
There you go.
You sell it all?
All right, thank you. So we're not far off here, May 9th. Matthew, so, and Sherry, Certainty Home Loans.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have some exciting news. You guys know Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac?
Personally.
Not personally. Best friends. Well, we actually have. Let's see what his name is. He is his name. He is the leader of Freddie Mac's single-family affordable lending and access to blah 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 blah. It is a joint event with Freddie Mac and Certainty Home Loans. It is May 20th. We will be sending out some more information on it. But it's a joint event between Freddie Mac and Certainty Home Loans, talking about affordable housing and with real estate professionals. It's at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. Like I said, May 20th. Free.
Free. Yeah, good idea.
From 10 to 1. Like I said, it's free. Seats are limited. We'll talk about first-time homebuyer products, down payment assistance, resources that Freddie Mac provides lenders and families to purchase their first home, how real estate agents can grow their business and market to these buyers. And then there's also going to be something about free social media training. Take your social media game up a level to learn how to generate quality leads and engage with this segment of home buyers.
It's only for agents.
It's only for agents. Like I said, 10 to 1, May 20th, Atlanta Botanical Gardens, and we will send out like an evite where you can register. But it should be a pretty good
It's lunch
event.
too, I think.
And free lunch.
Rates, what are we doing?
Just cut right to the chase, huh? No,
Yep.
dinner, no dinner first, or?
You want rates?
Conventional 30-year fix right now is somewhere between 4 1/4 and 4 3/8. FHA is running right about the same. Jumbo, right about the same, 4 1/4, 4 3/8. Wow. And I believe the Fed announced that they weren't going to raise rates again this year.
Wow.
So, it's a good thing.
There we go. Those are amazing rates for you newer in the business that
And
historically it's...
And thank you to you for, was it last Thursday that we did the wine and cheese?
Yeah. Yes.
In case you guys missed it, Brad spent a full hour plus talking about profit share and how to grow your downline.
We'll do it again.
So we'll have to do that again, but if you missed it, definitely need to see that because Brad's a man.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
So real quick, we'll talk more about this next week too, but I want y'all to think bigger picture. I think the top agents get more deals done, or let's just say the deals they get under contract go to the finish line. And I think you actually have to view the deal, the whole deal, almost even when you get your first offer, okay? Because there's pieces that happen down here that if you didn't address them up here, they're gonna mess up down here, okay? And if you could picture the whole deal, and I would say this could be lead / referral, okay? Or just, we get a client to this is closed. And I think it really is helpful to see the whole deal. So what would you say are the hurdles in a deal that we have to leap over to get to the finish line?
Inspections?
Okay, probably not the first one, but definitely inspection. What else?
Earnest money and earnest.
Yep. Appraisal.
Okay. Appraisal comes over here, right?
Loan approval. Finance pre-approval.
Okay. Something over here?
Agreeing to the terms of the contract.
Well, just contract, right? From my perspective, I think a lot of agents think they just go here to here and the deal is done, okay? I see a lot of people totally drop the ball because they think we're here and I'm done. And I think top agents totally understand this whole process, that really when you're here, yes, I would say this is the biggest hurdle that if it's a client, we're trying to find the house, we found the proper house, we get under contract. This is extremely important, and I think a lot of things you say and do here, whether your buyer, your seller, will affect you down here. I think a lot of times if things are said or not said here, you have boxed yourself in a corner once you get to here. And if you see this as the whole deal, you're gonna get through these a lot easier. Okay, does that make sense?
Definitely.
So, again, I think when we're here, we are talking to both our seller and buyers, a different conversation. So, let's just say multiple offers here, okay? We get asking price or above, okay? What would I be saying to my seller at the time we're going over these contracts and accepting?
Well, it's great. We got multiple offers, but we still got to appraise. You can't just go with the super high offer if the house won't appraise is one.
Well,
A lot
yes,
of
but
things can happen.
okay, so I would say, Pete, I work with a lot of buyers, so I can tell you their mindset. And they just paid $5,000 over asking. So in their mind, they have paid a lot for your house. I'm just telling you right now, they're going to be severe here. I just paid for this dollar. I want a perfect house, right? Isn't that the way buyers would think here?
Yeah.
So we've already set
Mine
this
is.
up.
Mine
We've
is
already
set
set up that expectation in their mind. And I might even say, hey, you just, we were listed at 400 and you got 410. Even before we accepted this, I would say I would plan on 2,000 to 5,000 over here. Okay, that's what they're going to want, and that we get agreement there. Okay. Same thing on the other side. It could be our listing, and it was 400, and we accepted 360.
Don't fix a thing.
Right. We still have to do this, okay? We still have to do this. I would be talking to that other agent when we accept this, just, going, Stacy, we started this thing at 450 last year. And, okay, the expectation here is that.
As is.
Right. And to hear them kind of agree to that, okay? We're way ahead of getting this accepted, correct?
Right.
Correct. Or the same thing with appraisal. If we've gone over full price, we need to have that conversation. That, Pete, this is just between you and me. You remember when we listed this, here are my comps? I'm not saying it's impossible. And one of my biggest skills is I can get things to appraise that shouldn't appraise, okay? But between you and me only, we're up there. So even though you've just gotten 410, which is great, it's very possible we might come in between 4 and 410, and you're still way ahead of your asking price, right? If we have this conversation and buy in ahead of time, very good.
And these are the skills that we need to master.
Exactly.
It's the talking to the other side in advance of needing to.
Right. And your client should almost, they're like, well, the world always says that real estate's so tough, or buying a home so tough, they should not even know all the stuff you're doing. But you've already gone ahead of the path and they don't see any problems because you've already taken care of them doing this. I think this is a big one too, in that I think a lot of people drop the ball on pre-closing, okay? Which you should be doing even from here. You should know all the time frames, but just stuff like if you did it at your listing agreement, like, hey, do you have a survey? Do you have a title policy? I mean, I already have those in hand, and it's a simple thing 3 days before when they go, oh, we got an issue. We got a little title problem. No, we don't. I'll send you over the title policy right now, right? So there's just a lot of things, or getting your people always talking insurance and starting to talk about wires and that sort of stuff. I just heard one last night. I'm drawing a blank who it was, but I tell you, the biggest thing in your life is make sure this wire stuff is right, because these are big numbers. And actually, luckily it was a seller.
Yeah.
And the seller had already caught it. Like, he had gotten something where his agent had said he wanted to check. And the agent said, well, in this day and age, there aren't really checks from the closing attorney. And he said, no, I've already talked to the closing attorney, because it was weird. He said, like, he got an email from a real estate company in Memphis.
Ding, ding, ding.
That that's where we should wire the funds, like $100K. And he just said, hey, I want to check. And then I think the attorney kind of went, okay. But we just need to realize all these steps, okay? I think too many people don't go to their inspection. Okay? I think that's, in your mind, you're doing it because we're already under contract. So we don't need to do this stuff, and in your mind, you're saving 3 hours. But actually, you're
Oh my God.
far enhancing your ability to get through inspection.
And to get a referral from that client.
Right, you're impressing the client, but two, I'm actually here looking at the issues, so I can much better explain to the listing agent where this is, and I'm mainly there to kind of temper the inspector, just, again, I'm not overriding him, but when he says something going, like, wow, this is Virginia Highland House that's built in 1920, he goes, wow, the floors have settled. That you could go, well, hey, Jim, yeah, I see that, but I mean, how many homes?
50 years ago.
How many homes down here are settled? Every one. Okay. Thank you. So we missed this completely. I think this is huge. Our own listings. This is 2 hours of work right here. I mean, to do all this and to get to here and just leave it to fate. We can affect this with our own listings.
We had, we always went to our appraisals as well on our listings, and thank goodness we did, because we had an appraiser miss an entire room.
Wow.
An entire room. So I would suggest you go to your appraisals as well.
But different theories. I wouldn't say. Again, appraisers or inspectors are kind of unique beings, right?
Yeah.
They think they're smart and they don't want.
Just
So
like us.
if it was me, I would leave a packet for him, because I think if you're standing there, they're already a little like.
And a donut and a coffee.
Well, it could be that, but I think if you've left a packet, they know you've left a packet, and just go, we do this for all our listings, hope this is helpful. I think you get a lot further there than you're gonna stand there and walk behind them, and I can see that being a negative too. But there's probably multiple ways to do it. Helpful, we got to start looking at the whole deal. Got to. All right. Listens caravans, what do you got?
Apparently Bill has a caravan.
Well,
Eddie.
All right, so we have a house in Alpharetta, 440 North Pines Drive coming, open house on Sunday. 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 396, Kimballbridge Crossing subdivision. So if you know somebody, it's a great house on a cul-de-sac. Those of you that want to be up at the lake, we have a 3.2 on an acre, dot per minute, new roof, updated master bath, steam shower, 329.9.
Which lake?
Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier.
Which side?
400 Murrayville.
Which exit?
Ooh, it's up there. I forgot. I don't know, but I'll get the exit number.
Got it.
It's up. It's at the top part of the lake. Quiet, deep lot. I mean, you're up there.
Got it.
It's true serenity. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in
That's
Kennesaw,
what we're looking for. Right. That's what I'm looking for.
And then in Kennesaw, I have a ranch, master on the main, 3 bedrooms down, 1 bedroom up, almost 3,400 square feet, new roof, new paint, new carpet, new stained hardwood floors, and the Barrett Road subdivision at 439.9.
Good for you.
Good job, Ed.
For Bill and Kathy Haas, they've got 5366 Seaton Drive, 11:30 to 1:30 today, Chick-fil-A cards, and it's a renovation, 475 in Kingsley, so go by and check it out.
Not far from here at all. Good
No,
street.
it's close by.
Who else? Deb.
We have a townhouse that I mentioned last week that is now active and live, 180,000 in Chattahoochee Terrace. Backs up right through the woods to the river. There is a mutually shared dock in the neighborhood, pool, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, hardwood laminate on the main, 2 bedrooms upstairs, a full terrace level that's been finished out that will take you out upstairs to an expanded deck and downstairs to a little fenced-in patio area. 180,000, and if you have a client who maybe wants that for one of their kids now, it is rentable later. So great future investment property.
Good. Liz.
Yeah, I
I'm getting 2 new listings this month in Ashworth, and that's a neighborhood right in Dunwoody, gated community, built in like 2000, 2001. And the first one, they're paying right now, it's gonna be on the market for $550. It's cute. They're really cute homes, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and should be on the market within a week or 2.
Good, you're Miss Ashworth, you've done a lot.
I know. Liz Ashworth Walden.
Yeah. Who else?
And Brad. I have 2 listings and a buyer need. Both listings are inside 285. One is in West End. It's a 4-3 master on the main plus a bedroom and a full bath on the main at $360. And then I have a 5-2 straight ranch renovation in the East Lake-ish area for $259, $750. I'll be holding that one evening open house tomorrow. And I have a buyer need, anything lakeside in the Chamblee area, Chamblee Tucker area, Lakeside High School. I need a 4, 2.5, probably maybe up to $375. So anything anybody has coming on the market, please.
I got a 4-3 coming in a couple weeks, $389.
Okay.
Brick, 2-story.
Where is it?
Nice. There you go. Who else? Okay, Renita, thanks for inspiring us all. Knock on a for sale by owner today, see what happens. Hank.
It's not a listing, but the Dunwoody Criers, Dick Williams getting out of the business, and it was sold to Appen Media. Ray Appen, I met him about 1.5 years ago. And Ray is willing to meet. Ray and Jim Hart, who's the guy, I guess, that worked with the Crier for a long time on advertising. They're willing to meet with us. I told them, I know there were some heavy hitters in this office, Jake, people like that might want to advertise or get details on how the ad rates and all that'll be changed. If they're changing, you'd find out, but you might have a little meet and greet with the people that are taking over the Crier. And that's being set up. So if you're interested, let me know. Shoot me a text or a email or something like that, and I'll make sure to put you on the email thing. I think we're going to try and meet in May.
Excellent. Stacy.
2 awesome classes coming up. This Friday, Kay Burt from FMLS is going to teach everything you need to know about showing time, setting it up. So if you've never set it up or utilized it, 3 free CE credits. Okay, so it's a CE credited class, 10 to 1:15 this Friday. Showing time. She is a delightful teacher. You'll have fun. Next Tuesday, right after team meeting, our beloved Lynn LaCroix and Renee Dillon will be here to teach Contracts 101, which is everything about filling out the purchase and sale the right way. And so all my newer agents, and please be there. That's next Tuesday, right after sales meeting.
Okay, there we go. So we're here, May, the big months. Let's go get it. Things are very good. Red Day, May 9th. Y'all have a good one. More breakfast back there. See ya.